There are places in this world where the past lingers, where sorrow, fear, and pain leave behind something unnatural. This is the story of a room that should have stayed locked forever. A room where the dead don't rest. A room I wish I never stepped near. Room 313. It was October 2019. I was driving cross-country to visit my sick uncle. Exhausted and desperate for rest, I pulled off the highway and found an old roadside hotel, the kind you only stay in once. The neon sign buzzed weakly. Lakeview Inn. The lobby was cold and smelled like mildew. The receptionist, a pale old woman with cloudy eyes, barely acknowledged me. She slid a room key across the counter and said, "Room 312. Do not disturb the room next door." Her voice was low, almost a whisper. I chuckled awkwardly. "You mean room 313? She didn't answer, just stared. As I walked down the hallway, the carpet squished under my shoes, like it hadn't dried in years. My room was at the very end. Room 312. Across the hall was room 313. The number faded and scratched, like someone tried to erase it. Inside, the room was freezing. The heater rattled but didn't work. I layered up and climbed into bed, too tired to care. Just as I started to doze off, I heard a faint sound. Knock, knock, knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks from the wall behind the bed. I sat up. Maybe it was the pipes or the heater kicking in. But then, knock, knock, knock. This time from the door. I froze. I checked the peephole. No one was there. But room 313's door, right across, was cracked open. Just an inch. Light spilled out, but the room was supposed to be empty. I stepped out. My voice trembled. "Hello, do you need help?" No answer. Just a low, breathy hum, like someone singing a lullaby. I reached out and gently pushed the door. The room was ice cold, not just chilly, like a meat locker. There was a small vanity mirror on the far wall. I walked in slowly, and just for a second I saw her. A woman in a wedding dress, sitting in front of the mirror, brushing her hair slowly. She didn't look at me, but her reflection did, and it smiled. I stumbled backward, slamming the door shut. I ran back to my room, locked the door, and tried to calm down. But it didn't end there. At exactly 2:13 a.m., the TV turned on by itself. Static, then whispering. A soft voice repeating, He promised he'd come back." I turned it off. It turned back on. I unplugged it. The screen stayed lit, showing a dark hallway. The same hallway I was in. I left immediately, drove all night, didn't care about a refund. A week later, I searched online. Turns out, room 313 was infamous. Years ago, a bride-to-be checked in, waiting for her fiancé to return from war. He died in combat. She didn't know. She waited in that room for weeks, then months. Eventually, she took her life in front of the mirror, still wearing her wedding dress. Guests reported the same things: the knocks, the cold, the static on the TV, her singing lullaby. Some even claimed she spoke to them, asking, "Have you seen him?" The hotel tried to keep it quiet, but after a guest went missing in 2015, they sealed the room. But somehow, that night, it was open, waiting for someone. They say the dead can't hurt you, but what if they're not trying to hurt you? What if they just want someone to listen, to wait with them, forever? So if you ever check into a cheap hotel and they warn you about a certain room, listen. Because some doors, once opened, never truly close. Like this story? Subscribe for more real-life horrors and haunting tales. Until next time, sleep with the lights on.